Okay guys, we're off to work now. Had our breakfast, packed our lunch. We got a simple day, just to Cabo and back. Got my coffee for the drive. Got my lunch kit with some lunch and some hot water to make more coffee. Flight bag, jacket, and of course guys, the truck. One of the things I want to bring up here is why I like lifted trucks. This is sitting on a 3 1/4 inch lift and 37-inch tires. And what I'm trying to get at here is the visibility offered by being up higher, I think is a huge safety factor. Not only do you get better performance with the shocks, but I can see a lot more, and it makes me a safer driver for sure. Guys, I continue to be super impressed as a daily driver what the transmission tune has done to this truck. And what I mean by that is that it shifts at the same spot every time, so it's very predictable, and it shifts at the right spot to keep the truck exactly where it's fastest. And if you combine that with the ride height from the Carly 3 1/4 lift level and the 37s, I love driving this thing because I'm above all the traffic. I have great visibility and I can make good driving decisions based on traffic that I can now see because I'm lifted up. Not to mention the King 2.5 Resi shocks are very solid with the progressive front springs, the Carly progressive leaf packs, the Celastic shackles. It's a really nice ride. It's a very safe ride. The truck is extremely composed, and I drive it with the exhaust brake in auto, so you can see the green there. And I use that as a decel device, which not only sounds awesome with my deleted and tuned truck with a 4-inch exhaust all the way from the downpipe all the way back to the exhaust tip, but it saves brakes and it makes the truck more responsive in a tough situation where maybe you have to hit the brakes pretty hard. So as a daily driver, why not have a truck that can do everything? It rides great, it sounds great, it's got 570 horsepower, the transmission shifts a lot more racy than stock. I don't see where the flaws are on this thing anymore. Guys, I think it's really important to bring out how good this truck rides now with the improvements we've made. When I used to drive this road when it was stock, so it had the 20-inch Night Edition wheels and stock suspension, literally going down this part of the perimeter road, the South Fraser perimeter road, the back end would bounce off the ground several times as you went through the change of pavement, like on that one, and there's a few more big ones coming up, and it would literally bounce off the ground and skip sideways. It was kind of sketchy and very uncomfortable. Like, here's a pretty big hit here, and it soaks it right up. When I put the Carly pin top 3 1/4 lift on with the Carly shackles, it made it a lot better. The wheels would not bounce off the ground anymore, but there would still be quite a jarring hit through a lot of these where, you know, it really kicked you in the seat of your pants. And getting a chance to drive this now for the first time with the Celastics, I noticed a significant improvement. Now it doesn't kick you as hard. Like, here's a pretty big one. That's quite, it's as Cadillac as a one-ton truck's probably gonna get. And so I definitely think the Celastics have helped with these sharp, jagged bumps that you get. So that was just transitioning onto a bridge that goes over the river here. And here's the biggest hit coming up. Right up in this area is where, right now, right about here, that would literally bounce the truck stock and still kick you fairly hard with the Carli shackles. And I went through that, and yeah, it's a big bump, guys, but I'm doing over 100 kilometers an hour, about 65 miles an hour, and it's far less dramatic to go over this stuff with the Celastic shackles on. So in my mind, that's got to be one of the best 500 US I've ever spent on this truck. I'm very happy with the quality of drive that I have on this as a daily driver. Like, these trucks, they tow great. You know, you strap 10, 15,000 pounds on them and they're amazing. You're just so happy that you have the composure, the power, the strength to stop them. But I'm actually a pretty happy guy from a daily driving perspective. And I think that's got to be the focus of this trip to the airport today, is how good of a daily driver a 1-ton truck can be with the right setup. So on my truck, Carli pin top 3 1/4, Carli progressive leaf springs, air ride suspension from the factory, and 20-inch wheels running 37-inch tires. And you could definitely improve it by swapping the springs back to OEM. I'm going to try that soon. And you could drop to an 18 or a 17-inch wheel with a 37 to give yourself more tire sidewall. And we will try that in time as well too, just to have comparison videos. But as this truck stands, it's a great daily driver. Okay guys, welcome to the employee parking lot. So it's about a 20 to 30 minute experience to go from where we have to park, take a little tram from the parking lot to the airport, then we'll go through employee security, and then it'll be a bit of a walk to the aircraft as we find our gate today. I'll meet the crew, brief the crew, we'll board the flight, and then we'll get underway for Cabo and stand by for further.
Your line on the outbound platform is from YVR Airport.
Here we go, guys. The first step in the process. Getting on the tram. Okay guys, got off the train, got through security and walked all the way to gate 64 on the international departures wing of Vancouver. It's pretty much the farthest walk you can have, right out to the very end of the D concourse. And basically took me about 25 minutes from my truck to the gate. Got to be at the flight an hour before. There's the first officer right there. And just shows you how we have to plan our time accordingly so we get to the gate on time. Okay guys, we're just heading down to the aircraft. It's bridged on Delta 64. Met half my crew, and first officer's got his family on board today, so he's going to do the flying down to Cabo, which means he's going to do the walk around and I'm going to do the inside checks on this one. Today we have TELUS Wi-Fi using Starlink, which is an awesome new system for us. Left turn into my office. Power on. And now it's time to get to work. Okay guys, good flight down, just over 4 hours. Came down at 35 and 37,000 feet, right along the coastline, straight down the Baja. On the way home, we're 4 hours and 1 minute, and that's well under a normal block time for us. And we're gonna cruise at 36 and 38,000 feet. We got a full ship on the way home. Had about a 80% load on the way down, so pretty good day. And just done all my checks, crew's getting ready to reboard, and on our way home. Should be about 45 minutes early in Vancouver tonight. So we'll update you again a little bit later in the flight, and then also take you on the drive home. Guys, we're done. Just out of customs here at YVR. Heading back up to the tram. Looking forward to driving the truck home. Ran ahead of schedule all day today. It was a pretty good day to fly with a great guy. And we'll see you next time.